Now see here. Now all the 12 questions, whatever we have solved till now, if you observe little carefully, the first operation which is performed in all the questions is taking the milk or some parameter outside the vessel. That means in all my 12 questions which are taken till now in removal and replacement, first step or the first operation which is performed is taking the milk or any other water or milk, whatever it is, sir, taking something outside the vessel. I never took a question where first operation is adding something into the vessel. All my questions are taking something outside the vessel. What if I add something into the vessel directly as the first step? If that is my first operation, how can I solve such kind of problems? This is why you should listen to A and C. This is exactly why. This is where we will connect the dots so beautifully, sir. Don't write anything. First listen to this carefully, sir. Concentration completely should be on this problem. Listen carefully. Question says, from 100 liters of milk. Beautiful. Let us do step by step. There is a vessel. Initial volume says that they have 100 liters of pure milk. They have 100 liters of pure milk. Now, usually what we used to do every time, out of this 100 liters, we were taking out some liters of milk. Every time we were taking out something out of the vessel as our first operation. What if I add something initially itself? Read the statement. 20 liters of water is added. That means the first operation itself says something is added. I am not removing something, but I am putting something into the vessel, first operation itself. Now 20 liters of water is added. Now it becomes a solution. It is no more pure milk. And then 10 liters of solution is removed. Now I am taking out something outside. 10 liters of solution is taken outside. Next 10 liters of water is added. 10 liters of water is added and 48 liters of solution is removed. I am taking out 48 liters of solution. Just for our understanding, it is not given in the question, but I know it. You should again add 48 liters of water inside so that the total volume became what it was earlier, which is 100 liters, right? 100 or whatever it is. Let us check it out. Now observe carefully, sir. Now you will understand why I discussed method 1 of first problem before I solved this question as my first question of today's class. Once again, let me take method 1 and explain you in the most easiest way possible. Yes, method 1 is little time consuming, but that's okay. We will learn, sir. We will learn. Our intention is to learn. There are two parameters. First is milk. Second one is water, and let me have one more column saying as the total volume, right? Total volume. Now observe carefully, sir. Step number 1. Initially 100 liters of pure milk is present. Initially 100 liters of pure milk is present. If you see the previous question, see the previous question which I solved, 1000 ml of milk was present pure, nothing water was there initially, water was 0. But in this question, initially 100 liters of milk is present and first step itself, I am adding 20 liters of water. So total volume became 100 plus 20, which is 120. Total volume right now is 120 inside the vessel. Total volume or the total mixture is 120. Now, can I say that right now 100 liters of milk is present and 20 liters of water is present. Observe carefully. 100 liters of milk is present, 20 liters of water is present. Now out of total, now what is the total volume? Every time if you observe carefully in the previous problem, let me keep on visiting previous problem, sir. Now what did I do in step number 3? What did I do? 100 out of total 1000 which was present is removed. 100 out of total 1000 which is present is removed. That means denominator always represents total volume. That means here also same logic I will use. Same to same logic, sir. 120 is the total volume. Out of this total 120, that means at this present situation, totally 120 liters is present inside. 10 liters of solution out of 120 liters of solution is removed. 10 out of 120 is 1 by 12 is removed. Remaining inside is 11 by 12. Remaining inside is water also, remaining inside is 11 by 12 into 20. That means if I simplify, you will not get a whole number in this case. 1100 into 11 is 1100 divided by 12 plus, not plus, water is 11 into 20 is 220 divided by 12, right? 220 divided by 12. Observe carefully. Step number 2 is completed right now. Now, what is step number 3? I need to add 10 liters of water. Now, already how much of water is present? 220 divided by 12 liters of water is present, and I need to add 10 liters of water. Now, can I say this 10 as 120 by 12? 120 by 12 is nothing but 10 only, right, sir? Sir, why are you writing it as 120 by 12? Common denominator, easy to add. That is nothing but LCM, sir. I am using LCM concept, right? 10 liters of water is added means 10, I wrote it as 120 by 12. That means total water present inside the vessel after step number 3 is 120 plus 220, which is nothing but 340 divided by 12. I hope you are understanding. So total water present at this present moment is 340 divided by 12. But think little logically, the total volume is nothing but milk plus water. Milk is nothing but 1100 by 12. Water is nothing but 340 by 12. 1100 plus 340 is 1440. 1440 by 12, how much it is? It is once again 120 itself. It is once again 120. The total volume is not changing. I hope I am making sense for you. Total volume is not changing once again. Now, the next step says, let me use a different color for your better understanding. Next step says, as of now, how much milk is present? As of now, 1100 by 12 milk is present. As of now, how much water is present? As of now, 340 by 12 water is present. Now, same logic. After 3 steps, the total volume again is 120 liter. Now, 48 liters of solution is taken out. Out of 120 liters of solution, 48 out of 120. 24 into 2 is 48. 24 into 5 is 120. That means 2 by 5th of solution is taken outside. 2 by 5th of solution is taken outside. That means how much of solution is present inside? If 2 by 5 is taken out, remaining inside is 3 by 5. That means milk is 3 by 5 of earlier value. Water is also 3 by 5 of earlier value. That means if I further simplify, if I further simplify, what will it become? Let me simplify little bit, sir. Let me not have too much of bigger numbers. So this is 3 into 1, 3 into 4 is nothing but 12, right? 3 into 4 is nothing but 12. So this is nothing but 2 into 2 is 4. 2 into how much it is? 550, right? 550 is nothing but 110. Now again further can be simplified. 2 into which number is 550? 2 into 100 and 2 into how much, sir? 550, right? It is 250, 275. 2 into 275 is nothing but 550. Next, 5 into 1, it is 5 into 55. That means total milk which is present finally inside the mixture is how much? 55 liters. What is your question? Find the amount of milk in the solution. Now, what should be the answer? Answer should be 55 liters. Yes, my problem is completed. I have completed my problem, but just for my students' better understanding, let me continue further. Let me show you something else. What is that something else? 3 into 1, 3 into 4 is 12. Next, what else can be simplified, sir? 2 into 2 is nothing but 4. 2 into 170 is nothing but 340. What else can be simplified? 5 into 1 is 5. 5 into 34 is nothing but 170. 2 into 1, 2 into 17 is nothing but how much it is? It is 34. So here I will get it as 17 liters of water, and the last step says I am adding 48 liters of water. 17 plus 48 is nothing but it is 65. 55 liters of milk is present. 65 liters of water is present. Total volume is 65, 55 plus 65, it is once again 120. That means my conclusion from question number 1 and question number 13, two very important conclusions are: first important conclusion is final volume of milk is to water in this question is 55 is to 65. When I add the ratio, when I add 55 is to 65, I should get the value called as initial volume, which is 120. But the other way of thinking like this is 5 into 11 is 55. 5 into 13 is 65. Now, some students might write the final answer as 11 is to 13 also in the simplified format. When I add these two, when I add the terms in the ratio, 11 plus 13 is 24. You might think that initial volume is 24. No, initial volume is not 24. Initial volume should be multiple of 24. It need not be a whole number multiple. It can be decimal number multiple also, but it should be a multiple of 24. That is what I told you. Very important conclusion. Final volume will always be the sum of the terms present in the final ratio of the two parameters. If it is in simplified format, then the final volume will be initial volume will be the multiple of the sum of the terms. 11 plus 13 is 24. Initial volume is 120 in this question, but it is a multiple of 24. I hope the idea is very clear for you people. That is my first important conclusion. Second very important conclusion for you people is I told you that in my method 2, let me solve method 2 for this particular question, sir. What is this question? Let me write the diagram once again. Initial volume is 100 ml of pure milk. Now listen carefully. Some of the students might do a mistake. Initial volume is 100 ml of pure milk. Now, what is that we have learnt till now is, suppose in all the questions we were removing something initially. In this question we are adding something. 20 liters of water is added and 10 liters of solution is removed. 10 liters of water is added. 48 liters of solution is removed and 48 liters of water is added. Now, think little logically. If I apply method 2, you don't need to struggle. You don't need to struggle too much in simplifying all these things in method 1 in a tabular format. Why did I take method 1? For your understanding, sir. Only for your understanding purpose. Even though it's a time consuming process, I want you to conceptually understand. Therefore, I took method 1 once again. Now see here. Method 2 for this question, I am finding the parameter which is decreasing. Always work with the parameter which is decreasing. Now, first thing is you might get a doubt. I am not taking any one parameter outside. I am not taking milk outside like I took in all the problems. So I can't say milk is decreasing directly. How can I identify milk is decreasing in this question? Because there are only two parameters. One is milk, other is water. Water is added into the vessel. If I am adding water into the vessel, water parameter will increase. That means the other remaining parameter should decrease. That means in this question also the parameter which is decreasing is nothing but which one? Milk. Now listen carefully, sir. Now how I used to solve every time? Initially final volume of milk is equal to initial volume. Now everyone observe carefully. Initial volume is 100 was there, 20 was added. That means before I am removing something outside, total initially present inside is 100 plus 20. So we usually write it as 120, right? We write it as 120. Now 10 out of 10 out of 120 is taken out, 1 by 12 is taken out, remaining is 11 by 12. Next, again 10 added, it became 120 once again. 48 out of 120 is taken out, 2 by 5 is taken out, remaining is 3 by 5. Now 12 into 5 is 60, 60 into 2 is 120, 11 into 3 is 33, 33 into 2 is 66. Final volume of milk is nothing but 66 liters. Students will solve like this and they will get an incorrect answer. They will get an incorrect answer. I hope you are understanding why I solved by using method 1 right now. Method 1 says final volume of milk is 55, but method 2 says final volume of milk is 66. Then what is the mistake? Where have we done the mistake? This is incorrect, sir. This is purely incorrect answer. Where is the mistake? Now, this is where I took the first question as an example for your better understanding. I told that same statement again and again in the first question. I will repeat that statement what I said. What I said in first question, I told final volume of milk is equal to initial volume. I wrote this initial volume as 1000, but I told you, is 1000 initial volume completely milk parameter? Yes. 1000 initial volume is completely pure milk initially. That is the reason I wrote here as 1000. But see in this question, before I am taking out something, outside the vessel, initial volume is 120. I took 120 and solved here, but I got an incorrect answer because method 1 says it is 55 liters milk. But I should not take 120 because I am writing milk parameter here. I should take whatever initial volume is present for milk. Milk, how much initial volume is present, sir? It is 100. If I take 120, this 120 refers milk and water 20 also. So that is the reason you are getting an incorrect answer there. So you should take here not as 120 but as 100. Now the process remains the same. You added 20, it became 120. Now 10 out of 120 is only taken outside, not 10 out of 100. The remaining process remains the absolutely same. It is 11 by 12 and next it will be 3 by 5 itself. That means I can say that this is 3 into 1, 3 into 4. This is 5 for that 20, 20 into 5 is 100. 5 into 11 is 55. I am getting the same answer what I got in method 1. I hope my students are able to connect the dots so beautifully between the first problem on removal and replacement and the 13th question. Although first operation is added something inside, it really does not matter, sir. It really does not matter if you are conceptually strong. I hope it is very, very clear for you. Kindly comment in the live chat if it is clear for you, sir. I believe, Atul, everything, everything I have explained in the problem, sir. Everything. Why, what, everything. When you are talking about milk, you should take how much milk is present initially. When you are talking about yourself, suppose you are going for an interview, you are talking about yourself. So when you are when some person asks you to talk about yourself, will you also include your friend? Will you include your friend details and tell to your interviewer? No, right? Same is the case. You are talking about milk parameter. So whatever milk is present initially, take it. Don't take that initial 20 which is added. Other people also comment, sir. I am really waiting for your comments. I am really, honestly, I am more interested in understanding how many are clear. Lalit, don't worry about such level of complexity questions in removal and replacement. They will not ask you what if 3 parameters are there in the examination. Let us not worry about something which is not there in the examination. Let us only concentrate. See, first of all, concentrating on the things which will appear in examination is too vast. Why do you want to concentrate on something which is not required beyond the scope? So let us not worry about it, sir. It will not come in removal and replacement. That kind of more than 2 parameters kind of questions will come in mixtures. In mixtures, I have already discussed what if there are more than 2 parameters other than milk and water only. I have discussed already in mixtures. So in mixtures class you can refer it. I have already taken so many problems in mixtures. Kindly refer to mixtures class if you are an enrolled student, sir. Next question. Now listen carefully, sir. In my yesterday's class, I believe that students remember this. I derived a conclusion. What is the conclusion? Final volume is equal to initial volume into 1 minus quantity taken out. 1 minus quantity taken out divided by total quantity or total volume, right? 1 minus quantity taken out divided by total volume. If the same cycle is repeated, 2 times, it is power 2. Repeated 3 times, it is power 3. Repeated 7 times, it is power 7. Repeated n times, it is power n. This is something which I explained with a beautiful example yesterday, and after that I think I took 4 or 5 questions after explaining this concept. All the 4 to 5 questions I personally remember that I have solved by using method 1, method 2 and some questions also in method 3. I believe people who have attended is very clear, right? Method 1, method 2 and method 3. But some of the students might had a doubt at that time when to use method 1, when to use method 2, right? That some students had doubt in your mind yesterday, but you can use method 1, method 2 anytime. In fact, I showed it to you by 4 or 5 problems yesterday itself, but for some questions it is preferably that we use method 2, that is that thing. But this kind of methodology, which kind of questions? Wherever questions are involving final ratios and initial ratios. Listen to this carefully, sir. Wherever the questions are involving the ratios of milk and water finally and the ratios of milk and water initially. What are you telling, sir? Listen to this problem. From a solution containing milk and water in the ratio 2:3, that means there is a vessel. Initial ratio of milk and water is given in the question as 2:3. Beautiful. First statement is very much clear for me. From a solution containing milk and water in the ratio 2:3, 15 liters of solution is removed and replaced with 15 liters of milk. I am taking out 15 liters of solution outside. I am adding 15 liters of milk inside the vessel. Beautiful. Next, this operation is done once more. I am doing the same cycle one more time. 15 liters of solution is taken outside, 15 liters of milk is added inside. Now the ratio of milk to water is 7:5. Because that operation is done 2 times, final ratio of milk and water is changed from 2:3 and finally it becomes 7:5. Question says, find the volume of the solution. Your question is, what is the initial volume? I hope you are understanding the differences between these questions and the previous questions. This is where I will try to cover multiple varieties of questions using the same beautiful concept what we discussed on day 1 of mixtures or day 1 of removal and replacement. Now listen carefully, sir. Same logic I will implement. I am adding milk inside the vessel. That means milk parameter is increasing. The other parameter should decrease. Other parameter is water. That means in this question I will work with water parameter. I hope I am making sense for every student. Now, what is the logic we know? Final volume is equal to initial volume into 1 minus quantity taken out divided by total volume whole power n. This can be final volume or it can be called as final concentration also if it is given in terms of ratio. If it is given in terms of ratio, you can take it as final concentration is equal to initial concentration, something like that also. That means same logic I will implement here. Final concentration is equal to initial concentration into 1 minus quantity taken out. 1 minus quantity taken out divided by total quantity whole power n. But in this question, what should be the value of n? N should be 2, because this cycle is repeated one time here, the same cycle is repeated another time. That means one particular cycle is happening 2 times. N value should be 2. There are so many questions which we have solved yesterday using this, sir. People who have attended yesterday will have an edge over people who have not attended yesterday. Now see here, listen carefully. Final concentration, first thing is, I know that I should work with water in this question. Now, final concentration. What is the final ratio of milk and water? 7:5. That means out of total 7 plus 5. Out of total 7 plus 5, which is 12 liters. 5 liters belongs to water. Sir, why are you taking 5? Because 5 represents water, and water is nothing but the parameter that is decreasing in this question. I need to work with water parameter. Initial concentration, check for the initial ratio. Out of total 2 plus 3, 5 liters. Out of total 2 plus 3, 5 liters. 3 liters belongs to water into 1 minus quantity taken outside is nothing but 15 liters. Total quantity, I don't know, that is nothing but my initial volume itself. In my previous 2 problems I explained, total quantity is nothing but the initial volume itself. So it is V, I will call it as V whole power n. N value is 2. If I cross multiply, 5 into 5 is 25. 12 into 3 is 36. This is equal to 1 minus 15 by V whole power 2. If I take the square root on both sides, this will become square root of 25 by 36. It is 5 by 6. Right side, square root of square, it will go off. Only 1 minus 15 by V will be pending. Now, this is right hand side is 1 minus something. Left hand side also write it as 1 minus something. 5 by 6 is nothing but 1 minus 1 by 6. Right hand side is 1 minus 15 by V. Now, left hand side, right hand side, compare. 1 by 6 and 15 by V. They should be equated, because 1 minus on the left hand side, 1 minus on the right hand side are similar. So, 1 by 6 is equal to 15 by V. V value happens to be 15 into 6. Answer for this question is 90 liters. Answer for this question is 90 liters. I hope the idea is very clear. Again I am saying you, sir, whenever final ratio and initial ratios are given in the question, instead of applying method 1 which we solved in last 2 classes, try to apply this notation called as final concentration is equal to initial concentration into 1 minus solution taken out divided by total solution whole power n. I hope for all the people who asked me yesterday a doubt asking, sir, when to use when to use method 1, when not to use method 1. How can we know that method 2 will be better for a particular problem? Simple example which is clearing all the people's doubt. Kindly comment in the live chat, sir. Kindly comment in the live chat. Little disappointed, only 50 students are attending for such a wonderful topic of wonderful class. Little disappointed. Students know that this kind of shortcuts will not be available anywhere. They should actually listen to A and C content to learn such kind of beautiful shortcut, but still they miss the class, which is very meant for me actually. I don't know what I can do. Sanchit, please go ahead with your doubt. Samir, why milk is not taken? It is very clearly explained, right, Samir? Milk is the parameter which is added inside. Don't come to a conclusion that every question milk only we should work with. Please read the question carefully. See, there are only 2 parameters, Samir. One of the parameter is milk. Other parameter is water. In my 13th question also I explained you. In my 14th question also same explanation. Once again I will explain you. Once again what I am explaining is simple thing what I am explaining is, once again 15 is there here. 15 liters of solution is taken outside. 15 liters of solution is taken outside. That means I don't know that solution taken outside is completely milk or completely water, because it's a solution. Solution means combination of both milk and water. Now I am adding milk inside the vessel. Adding milk means milk parameter will increase. There is another parameter, which is that water. Other parameter should decrease, so water should be decreased. I hope the idea is clear. I hope the idea should be very, very clear. Who is that? Samir. Now Sanchit, good that you brought that into notice. I am very happy that you thought in that way, because of my last two questions whatever I took. I am very, very happy you are thinking in that direction. Now for all the people I am saying you, sir, I told you that initial volume always happens to be the sum of the ratio terms in the ratio of final volume. So Sanchit is saying that 7 plus 5 is 12. 7 plus 5 is 12. Answer should be a multiple of 12. That is what Sanchit is saying. But I told you, Sanchit, that answer should be a multiple, but it need not be a whole number multiple. It can be a decimal number multiple as well. That means if I take that into consideration, every option will satisfy that way. That is the reason. So we should be little careful. Good that you are thinking like that. Just keep on listening. Your doubt will be clarified in the next few minutes. Although you are commenting in the live chat saying that, oh, got it, sorry sir, but still you will get it even more clarity if you keep on listening to my upcoming problems. Listen. Beautiful. You are thinking like that. Praveen Kumar, yes, it is necessary that initial and final volumes should be same, but need not be necessary also. In fact, you should refer to my third problem in removal and replacement, Praveen. Refer to my third problem. Most of the questions what they give in examination are final and initial volumes are same. But what if they are not same? Refer to my third question on removal and replacement, which I took it on 26th March. Day before yesterday. Please refer to my third question, you will get clarity. Your answer is solved already there. Next, question number 15. Question number 15. Good question. Once again, listen to this carefully, sir. There is a vessel. First, let us write it off. There is a vessel. 10% of solution of milk and water is removed and then replaced with same amount of water. That means I don't know initially how much milk is present, or don't know initially how much water is present. Nothing like that, right? Nothing like that. Now see here, 10% of solution of milk and water is removed and replaced with same amount of water. I am taking out 10% of solution outside and replaced with same amount of water. Okay, this is clear. If the resultant ratio of milk and water is 2:3, that means final ratio of milk and water, because of removing 10% and adding water, final resultant ratio becomes 2:3. Find the ratio of milk and water in the original solution. Initial ratio of milk and water is how much? Sorry, how much is the question. What is the initial ratio of milk and water? That is what they are asking you in the question. Now listen to this carefully, sir. I don't know initial ratio of milk and water. Let me call it as M:W. M:W is nothing but the initial ratio of milk and water. Now everyone listen to this carefully. Everyone observe carefully. First thing is, I am adding water into the vessel. If I am adding water inside the vessel, water quantity will get increased. The other parameter should get decreased. That means milk will get decreased. That means in this question I will work with milk parameter. In this question I will work with milk parameter. Now listen to this carefully, sir. Listen to this carefully. Now can I say that final concentration is equal to initial concentration into 1 minus quantity taken out or solution taken out divided by total solution whole to the power of n, whole to the power of n. I am working with milk parameter. Final concentration is out of total 2 plus 3 5 liters. 2 liters belongs to milk. Why should I take milk? Because that is the parameter that is decreasing, is equal to in initial concentration out of total m plus w. Total is m plus w. Just like that I did 2 plus 3. Here also m plus w. M liters belongs to milk. M liters belongs to milk into 1 minus solution taken out. So it is 10 percentage. 10 percentage is nothing but 1 by 10. It is not repeated another time, so power should be 1 itself. Now if I further simplify, 2 by 5 is equal to m divided by m plus w into 1 minus 1 by 10 is nothing but 9 by 10. So 5 into 1, 5 into 2. This 2 will cross multiply to the left hand side. 2 into 2 is 4. 4 by 9 is equal to m divided by m plus w. Now can I say that m value is nothing but 4. M value is nothing but 4. Here also m value I will write it as 4 plus w value, how much it should be? Denominator should be 9, sir. Something 4 plus something should give you 9. Something is 5. That means m value is 4, w value is 5. Milk and water ratio initially is 4:5. Answer option is option B. Where is the difficulty?